Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, the host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters, and also your bashful bibliophile. Today we are going to be talking about the short-lived cash grab magazine from Foss Productions or something or another. I don't know. Published by Stories, Layouts, and Press Inc. But Myron Foss was the publisher. There's a bunch of names in here I don't recognize, but I bought it for one reason, and you'll know why. I mean, it's there. But before we get too much further into it, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Did you own any of these? There were about 7 or 8 of them. I'm not 100% sure. I remember seeing them now. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 was Battlestar Galactica, which, they should have known better. But be that as it may, that's just how it goes. Anyway, if you did see them, let me know what you think about them. I do find these pretty fascinating because some of them have pretty good articles. We'll get into one of them. As I mentioned, if you watched last week's JFFJ number 12 review, that's what brought this on. So, having said all that, please watch a little longer, if you could. And are you ready? Let's roll. And there is Hex. And here is my original one that I bought back in 1978. As you'll see why, you can tell. It says, packed with exciting monsters, aliens, and robots. Giant monsters versus aliens. That was my main thing, but I was 13 by this time, and the sexy girls of Space 1999 were no detriment either. So we're not going to open this one up because it's not in bad shape, really. I thought it was in worse shape. So here is my second one I got, and it's in pretty good shape. There's some, it's been around a bit. There's some water damage. There's the back. Here's the introduction. Now, most people say this is issue number 5, but if you look closely, this says volume 2, number 3. Now, volume 1 and 2 were apparently something else, and it cost a whole $1.50, and it was definitely a Star Wars cash grab. But Famous Monsters did not have color pictures except for their covers. Starlog had color pictures, but I don't remember if it was more expensive or not. A lot of it. There's a lot of Star Wars in here, and Close Encounters in there, which I have not seen in. Gosh, I probably haven't seen Close Encounters in 30 years. But here's the main reason I bought it, mostly because of the pictures. We did actually even have. Well, you'll see more of these in the actual picture review. There's some color ones here, and there's Beulah. So triple threat: Godzilla, Ghidorah, and Beulah. And Godzilla would fight a giant plant. They assume Beulah's a plant. But this is it, and let's get on with the show.
Destroy all monsters. Massive armies versus mad monsters for possession of planet Earth. Destroy all monsters.
Once again, here is the cover, and it's a pretty spectacular cover. It kind of looks like a Space 1999 Eagle getting destroyed. It's a beautiful painting, though. Fantastic jumbo color section, which is like 4 pages, 8 front and back, 4 front and back. There's going to be a lot of this in here because reasons, as you'll see. And there's both of my copies. This is the new one, and this is the older one, which has been worn. I took it around a bit. I just like this science fictioner still. And there is the what's called the family portrait, waving a fond goodbye in the book, the magazine there. Our table of contents and UFOs may doom life on Earth. Blue Book Coordinator. I sometimes I wish I'd have had the money to get stuff like this because it'd be fascinating to have now. But editorial, and then you see Myron Fass and Irving Fass, all of these, and Tom Rogers and Douglas Murray. Now I don't know if this is the same Doug Murray who later on became a comic book writer. I don't know whatever happened to Tom Rogers. Now let me get this out. I'm going to say things about his writing. I don't know Tom Rogers. I've never met the man, and he might be a wonderful fellow. There's lots of people whose work I've enjoyed, or who I've enjoyed personally, but have not cared for their work. So he might be a wonderful fellow. Obviously, he's a fan because he knows a lot about it. But anyway, he wrote The Girls of Space 1999, The Extraterrestrials, and then we'll get to that on page uh, 40. So I think this ran about 60 pages. It's not a giant book magazine, but it's you know. And that is there's our first Gamera look here that came from Christopher Murphy himself. And this is from my original. I was a bit peeved about Tom Rogers without noting that he'd written three other articles. But he's a square, and that's being very polite. I'm sure I said things to other people that were not as polite. And I kind of wish that I'd have done what Giron did to Space Gauss here. But anyway, so this is an interesting little. The editors say that rudimentary homes built with transition generation, color, sophisticated color televisions, computer games, electronic cameras, and other devices. So it's just astounding as they're showing Chewbacca being walked through, Han and Luke dressed up as stormtroopers. And now we have the hot debate at the time, and now it's like, who cares? It was like the debate between Star Trek and Space 1999. It didn't just enjoy them. There's not enough. Now there's too much, but then there's not enough. It was written. Close Encounters was pro Close Encounters was Doug Murray, and pro Star Wars was Tom Rogers. But then this was actually not out yet. This was going to come out over Thanksgiving, and that kind of blew away any argument at that point. Star Wars by Tom Rogers, Douglas Murray for Close Encounters. And once again, I really need to watch Close Encounters again. It's been so long. Here is a piece of fiction by J.G. Ballard, and I don't know that I've ever read it. I really should. Now we get to the Girls of Space 1999.
Alien with incredible powers of molecular transformation in the new Space 1999. Watch this. Space 1999. Bigger, better, more exciting than ever. Saturday evenings at 7 here on UA 43.
Landau and Barbara Bain returns to Channel 43 for a second season. See a special preview of The Ultimate Adventure Thursday night, August 19th at 8 o'clock.
Why did you attack our ship? We came in peace.
You sent an armed ship to our planet and talk of peace.
Space 1999 also features Catherine Schell as Maya.
Why are you so unfriendly?
I've been lied to, assaulted, seen my people brutalized, killed. Shall I go on?
Obviously, Commander, you have not fully recovered.
Mentor betrayed us.
I warn you, Koenig. Any force you use will be turned against you.
I think I can neutralize it.
Space 1999. Don't miss a special fall preview Thursday night, August 19th at 8 o'clock, right here on UA 43.
So two of those are not girls. That's Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee over here. Say what you will about Space 1999, and my brother and I enjoyed it, I believe. Both of us did. I did. We got some of the toys. and now they're probably highly collectible. But it had great actors. I'd like to watch it again, and I probably will at some point in time because it's. I remember enjoying it. I remember the last time I watched it thinking that this is a little. They're trying too hard to be. I don't know, something else. There's Catherine Shell herself as Maya. And now we go to the Dark Star, which, interestingly enough, let me have a sip. This is a 1974 movie, which is more comedy than science fiction. I've seen it once or twice. It's been ages. One more thing I need to see and should look into it. There's the spaced out bomb, yes, among other things. I remember enjoying it. Oh, Tobor. And I really liked Tobor when I saw it. I had the DVD, it seems like, and now it seems like I don't have the DVD anymore. Kind of wish I'd have gotten the trailer for this. I'll have to see if I can find that because I enjoyed it. It's a fun show. Yeah, released by Republic Pictures, but not made by them. But there's Tobor. He even had a what do you call it? A pilot movie made about him. Here Comes Tobor. And of course, Eighth Man, take your pick, would use the name Tobor, since it's robot spelled backwards. And now on to station identification.
Destroy all monsters. Or it is the conclave of nations when unknown powers from outer space attack our world with gargantuan man-killers. Then the armies of our world unite. Massive armies versus mad monsters for possession of planet Earth. Destroy all monsters.
Here we have the fantastic jumbo color section, which is Star Wars and Close Encounters, and then the voluptuous Valerie Leon and Stacey Dorning as Zora. And I don't have any idea about that last one. And then copy about silly creatures, Godzilla. I mean, just horrible jokes. These aren't even funny. The silly creatures. Venetian cucumber. I guess Beulah could be a cucumber. Plus, it's got but it was organic enough to get bleed. So I don't know. We'll never know what Beulah was. But this just set the tone for what it would be. There's Ghidra stomping on Anguillas. And Close Encounters TV T-shirts, iron-ons. We are not alone. Boy, X-Files would take that and run with it now, wouldn't they? Now we've got the Extraterrestrials on Earth, a short story by Tom Rogers. There's nearly a final shot from War of the Worlds. And then, there's the Ymir, and there's Beulah, and the Crawling Eye, which he probably hated all of them, but, well, who knows what he hated. We couldn't tell with his writing. He wrote for his publisher, I'm sure. And now some back orders here. Student prior. How do you prove you're a student? Oh, name of school. You just write any school down. That's kind of nice of them. There is Tom and Akio and their little sister from Attack of the Monsters. And now we get to Tom. And oh, the horror.
Oh, gee, what was that?
It was frightening, wasn't it?
It was horror.
Hey, you know what, Colin?
What, Ryan?
That's what all the songs in this CD set are about. Horror.
Are you...
So here we go. I don't know what Tom, what his motive is. Because if he's one of those fans who liked Godzilla as the destructive force and didn't like him there. But all of the, I don't know if he wrote these either. The captions, Gamera's bad breath. So that's twice they've used that joke. And we're going to look at all of them. And there's that lovely poster. And then we've got control. Actually, that's probably from Destroy All Monsters. Tremendous Hotfoot. There's Viras again. That's why do we care that that's the name? Why does he think that's funny? Or whoever wrote this. Pursued. Oh, actually, there's two captions, but get this: borrow, jerk. There's just a lovely pre-production, and here we've got when he lives on Monster Island, which he's wrong. It's Monster Land there, but how quaint. Well, I think your writing is very quaint, Tom. Yes, I take it. I took it personally, and I still do. Hail, hail! The gang's all there. Japanese citizens. Those are the two little kids. That's Tom and Akio. Okay, the rattle ship thing. Babies rattle. Yeah, that fit. That's fair. And there's Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Wonder what they call it. Oh, Bionic Monster. And spaceship preparing to fight. That's the booster rocket for the Moonlight SY-3. So they get stuff wrong all over the place. What a surprise. Anguirus got his name wrong there. So, I mean, for someone who actually wrote for Japanese Fantasy Film Journal, and a fun and much more respectable and respective and respectful thing about Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, an exciting scene, which the idiot doesn't know. Sorry, I don't know if he's an idiot, but according to his writing, the Moonlight SY-3 it's an exciting movie. I don't care what you say. And Sun, break into song. Oh, geez, Barbershop Quartet. So they go to Megalon. There is the actual Moonlight SY-3, one of the coolest space rocket ships of all time.
The solar system holds many planets, but none like the planet which launched the attack of the monsters. A dying civilization bent on conquering the Earth for its own use. Two boys from Earth, caught up in this fantastic adventure, find themselves as the only obstacles between the space creatures and the Earth's destruction. An army of evil creatures comes from every corner of this dying planet. While on Earth, the scientific world gathers in one final effort: the attack of the monsters. Gigantic creatures prepare for their onslaught of the Earth. And turning their evil destruction on one another, their planet trembles under the shattering fury of the most colossal battle in galactic history. Can the Earth survive? The attack of the monsters.
So here's Things to Come. That's an early 1933 book by H.W. Wells. And then they made this 3 years later, and he supervised at least part of the movie. And this is one I've only seen once in my life, and I'd like to see it again because it's almost hard science fiction. And it's not that ridiculous movie they used the name from it from the 70s. But it's got a lot of great stuff in it. And we are at the end. So this is the last page there where you could get this star lamp, which I wonder how much that was. Please send me MasterCard. Oh, you could send your MasterCard through the bail. It doesn't even say how much it is. 6-foot electrical cord and an inline on-off switch. $25. Yikes, with $2 postage and handling. There's Jaguar hoisting Geigen up. And there are the back pages of the show of it. So I'd say 58, 60 pages probably. Maybe not quite. But look at all that Star Wars jewelry. I wonder how much of this was actually licensed in this day and age. Knowing Lucas and Spielberg, it probably all was. All right. I hope you, have enjoyed this. All right, my fellow agents. That is our episode for today. I hope you've enjoyed it along with the interstitials. Tomorrow we will be reviewing 4 more episodes of Ultraman Mebius. I've decided 4 episodes is much easier to deal with than 5. These are some good ones, though. Anyway, until our next assignment, remember, this is X7 signing off and phasing out, and the sun never sets on those who ride into it.
Now, Giant Entertainment, Giant Terror, The War of the Gargantuan, and Monster Zero.
Do you see anything?
From a planet 50 million miles beyond the stars came a strange message. Lend us your Rodan and Godzilla to fight our Monster Zero. Earth answers, and the most dreaded creatures ever to walk our planet are lifted into outer space. The stage is set for the mightiest battle ever seen by the universe in Monster Zero.
All forces on Earth ready to attack.
What started out as a call for help from space turns into a nightmare of terror on Earth, Monster Zero, and the War of the Gargantuan. It began with a mysterious, wild storm at sea, and before the night was over, the whole world would hear of the terror of the Gargantuan. Where had such a monster come from? What forces created such a devastating destroyer? Who or what could stand up to it? Let him have it. Armies fought the monster with million-volt laser beams.
Hey, look! Another one!
You'll see all of their terrifying battle to the death when you come to the greatest monster movies ever made, The War of the Gargantuans and Monster Zero.